Hey, what's up everyone? This is Rain from China. And today I'm gonna talk about the difference between our Chinese stock market and the US stock market. First, I'm not the economist. I don't know the economics, maybe a little. Sometimes I just have interest, and so sometimes I read some news about the economics. But I do have some experience in the US stock trading. I'm still trading, and I have already been in the market in around 2 years. Some of my friends, they also trade in the US market and the Chinese market, and we sometimes talk with each other and share some opinions. Okay, first let's take a look at the history of the two markets. You know, the US is a capitalism country, so their stock markets begins in a very early time. You can see from the graph, it's like nearly 1920s. So it's really an early time before the World War II. And for China, actually it's just a very short history, and our stock begins in around the 1990s. In the first beginning, it's just served for the state-owned company to help them accumulate money. So it's actually just not the nature of the stock itself. We are a socialist country, so this kind of tool is a kind of deformity here. These years, especially after 2000, that some of our private companies have the chance to enter into the market. But to some degree, you know that still the government do some manipulation behind it. The second difference is about the market value. Let's do a comparison. In the US side, for the New York Stock Exchange, there is a 29 trillion of the market capitalization and 2,300 listed companies. For Nasdaq, there is a 10 trillion of the market capitalization and 3,300 listed companies. In China side, for our Shanghai Stock Exchange, there is a 4.7 trillion of the market capitalization and 1,561 listed companies. For Shenzhen Stock Exchange, there is a 3.5 trillion of the market capitalization and 2,268 listed companies. So you can tell our Chinese stock market is just much smaller than the US market. And in the meantime, we also put limits for the foreign investors. There is an analogy goes that if you consider US market is an ocean, then our Chinese market is like a river. The third difference is about the types of the investors in both markets. According to a research that 60% of the investors in the US market are the institutional investors. So the institutional investors, they are more reasonable, they are more rational, they would do fundamental analysis, they know, they can figure out which is a good stock, which is a bad stock, and they can hold the market, they can take the market and help move the economic go forward. Unfortunately, that 99% of the investors in China are the retailer investors. Most of them, they don't have the knowledge about finance, they don't have the knowledge about the company conditions, they cannot do the fundamental analysis, they are driven by the fear and the emotions. In this scenario, our market always came with like the big drop or big rise. So it's not healthy, and the Shanghai index always keep around 3,000 or 4,000. And actually it's just like the same with the 10 years ago. It didn't make any development. It didn't move forward. They made it like the crazy casino that so many people, so many Chinese, they lose money in this casino. The fourth difference is about the rules of the trading in both markets. You know, in the US stock, you can do the day trading, which means you can buy and sell the same stock in the same day. They also won't gap the gains and the loss during the trading day. So a stock can increase like 50% in one day, and it also can drop 80% in one day. But in China, we have so many restrictions. You cannot do the day trade, which means if you buy in a stock, you have to sell it on the second day. And they also gap the gains and loss limited to 10% in one trading day. Actually, the intention of the government to make this policy is to protect the investors, but it turns out to a very bad effect. For example, some people bought a stock, but they found they made a mistake. They saw their money is losing and the stock price is going lower. They want to sell it, but they can't because they have the restrictions that you cannot sell it on the same day, and then you have to wait the second day to sell it. But unfortunately, it was just a low open on the second day, and you just get another loss when it opened the market, and then you sell it. It just made you lose more money. The fifth problem, which I think it was the most important one, is that we cannot short a stock, and it really do a very bad damage in the stock system. Let me show you something. Okay, so for example, like the US stock, normally it will start to go up, a little adjustment, then go up, adjustment, go up, then it will be some short stock pressure in front of it, which will curb these stocks going higher again. So in this scenario, when the pressure of the short stock coming, these stocks will make a big adjustment or a big drop. It will drop rapidly and even lower than the previous point. In this process, the price just get lower and lower, but the short seller will also be less and less, and to some point the short seller will disappear. So then this stock can go up again, and adjustment, go up again, adjustment, go up again, and and it will reach the pressure line of the previous peak. In this situation, if this stock is a good stock, it will make the breakthrough because so many people have the confidence. So then it will went through the pressure line, make the breakthrough. Go up, adjustment, go up, adjustment, go up. Then the short stock pressure would come up again just to curb the stock price going higher. So the stock price may come up with another big adjustment and it will drop. Then go higher, adjustment, go higher. Sometimes it will just make another breakthrough in this holding line and make the stock going up again. So in this graph, the short stock really plays a very important role in the US stock market. It just makes the US stock a very healthy condition, make it a virtuous circle. So the US stock can have the sustainable power to went higher and higher. Then we take a look at the China stock. In China stock, we don't have the short stock. So for example, it may go like this way. First, people have the confidence about a stock, then people will buy in, and the stock would go up and go up. Maybe some adjustment, and then go up and go up. Because we don't have the short stock pressure in front of this stock. So people, they don't have the idea. They may still continue to buy in and the stock will go up and go up. When it reached some point, actually most of our Chinese investors are the retailer investors. They are motivated by the fear, by the emotions. They just don't do fundamental analysis. So someone may be afraid that he thought it's just a very high point and we need to sell off, we need to run away. So this guy start to sell the stock and the other people just follow in. Actually, we don't have the institutional investors to hold the people's confidence. Then the massive people just sell their stock and the stock would fall like the waterfall, a big drop. Sometimes it will just reach the bottom directly. And in this scenario, our government will show up. They will put money inside the market. They will go into market and buy the stock to hold the stock, to give the people confidence. And then the stock may go to recover. And after a period of time, it will just go up again, go up again, and go up again. But actually, this scenario will just happen in the same way as before. Because the people, they don't have the idea. They cannot figure out if the company is a good company or bad company, they just all follows the emotions. The stock going up to some degree. If the people don't have the confidence, then the stock would drop again, and as same as before, it will be a very big drop. So the system in China was like the crazy casino that you would never know what's the higher, what's the lower, and they don't do analysis, and it's just total like a mess. Okay, thank you for watching, guys. I think we Chinese stock still have a long way to go. After all, we are a socialism country, not like the capitalism. We still have to do reform, and it's just a very long way. It's a very far future. And if you like it, please give me a thumb up or subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. Okay, see you guys. Peace.